On this President's Day, designed to acknowledge great ones, it seems fitting to ask, what makes a good president? This question can come apart almost as soon as you ask it. What do we mean by good? Flawless, popular, consequential, historically praiseworthy? A president can achieve a lot but have deep flaws, be unpopular but beneficial to the country, or, if not beneficial, nevertheless consequential. We'll have a chance to examine the complexities and contradictions of the job in this election season, but there is one quality that political scientists say we should look out for. I recently interviewed Gautam Mukunda, an expert on leadership and the author of the book Picking Presidents, about what one quality to look for.
The brilliant psychologist Dean Simonton, he's out in California, who is he studies performance and greatness, and what he calls intellectual brilliance is a really strong predictor of performance. And intellectual brilliance, he says, it's not IQ. It's related to IQ, but it's a sort of horsepower, but it's also how curious are you, how open-minded, how engaged in new experiences, how broad are your breadth of interest, things like that. I think the reason it's important it's not as intuitive as you might guess, right? The reason it's important is because the president, he or she is president for a long time. So what they face 2 years in the White House or 4 years later, it's not what we elected them for. It's not what we expected them to do. George W. Bush did not get elected based on what he was going to do against terrorism. That wasn't even on the agenda. What intellectual brilliance does is give you a broad suite of capabilities. So they are people who are very, very likely to be able to handle a new problem, as well as the problems that we thought that they were facing.
So as voters evaluate the presidential candidates this season, it may be as important to understand how their minds work when coming up with their political positions as knowing the positions themselves.